What if a single ancient word could totally unlock one of the most practical principles for your spiritual life? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're diving deep into the original Greek to turn a big, abstract idea into something you can actually do day in and day out. Let's get into it.
So our whole journey kicks off with this incredibly direct, almost confrontational statement from 1 John. I mean, wow, it draws a really stark line in the sand, doesn't it? It says you can claim to be in the light all you want, but the real test, well, that's your relationships. It's a bold claim, and it sets up this crucial tension we need to resolve.
And that's the big question, right? It's one thing to hear these beautiful spiritual ideas, but it's something else entirely to actually live them out. How do you take a phrase like walking in the light and turn it from something you just say into something you actually do? What does it look like on a Tuesday afternoon?
Well, it turns out the key, as it so often is with these ancient texts, is kind of hidden in the original language. We're about to see how one single word's meaning can get a little bit lost in translation, and why that matters so much.
Okay, check this out. It's a perfect example. In the Old King James Bible from 1611, the Greek word agape got translated as charity. But today, we all read it as love. So what gives? Well, the word charity has changed. Now it mostly makes us think of donating money, which doesn't even come close to the full meaning of agape. It's a fantastic example of how language shifts and the original punch can get a little fuzzy over time.
And listen, this isn't because someone made a mistake. It's just the nature of language. Translating isn't about finding a perfect one-to-one match for every word. It's more like trying to stuff a whole universe of meaning into a single word from another language. And that means, sometimes, we've got to dig a little deeper ourselves to get the full picture.
To really drive this home, look at another famous one, logos. We usually see it translated as word, right? But in Greek, wow, it could mean reason, a statement, an entire discourse, or even this massive idea of the divine creative principle of the universe. It just goes to show you how much incredible richness can be packed into one single original term.
Okay, so now that we get how much can be packed into one little word, let's circle back to that verse from 1 John and really investigate the specific word that's sitting right at its heart.
Now, the root word, agape, is unbelievably flexible. I mean, look at this. It's used to describe God's profound, world-changing love for us. It's used for a believer's love that imitates Christ. It can even describe a problematic love for worldly things. And it's even used for the love feasts or shared meals of the early Christians. Same root word, but the context changes everything. And this is the crucial point. The specific word used in 1 John 2:10 isn't just agape as some vague idea, it's agapon. And this word isn't describing a feeling. It's not about an emotion you have. It describes an action. It is the exercise of a divine, willed love. That little distinction, it's literally everything.
What's so cool is that we aren't the first people to have this light bulb moment. Way back in the 18th century, the theologian John Wesley was exploring this very same idea. He connected this powerful action word directly to our big question: how do we know if we're really in the light?
And for Wesley, the answer couldn't have been clearer. That active, intentional love, that agapon, for the people around you, it isn't just a nice thing to do. It is the primary observable evidence that you are, in fact, living in the light. It's the proof.
And his brother, Charles Wesley, he captured this feeling so beautifully in his hymns. This isn't just about us gritting our teeth and trying harder. It's about a divine work happening inside us, a refining fire that sparks that pure desire to actually act in this loving way.
All right, let's bring this all home. We started with this big, abstract idea. We dug into the language. We found this key historical insight, and now we can pull it all together into a really clear, practical rule for daily life.
So it all boils down to this super simple practical litmus test. Step 1, you say you're walking in the light, okay? Step 2, the test isn't about your feelings or how much you know. The test is the active exercise of that willed divine love, that agapon, for other people. And step 3, that action, that's your evidence. It's the proof, both to you and to everyone else.
And just like that, what started as this lofty, abstract idea of walking in the light gets pulled right down to earth. It becomes something tangible, something you can actually measure, something you can practice every single day. It's not about chasing some mystical feeling, it's about choosing to act in love.
So why does digging into one ancient word matter so much? Because it completely transforms our spiritual life from being this private, internal thing into a public, visible reality. It tells us that the health of our communities,
the authenticity of our faith. It's all built not on what we claim, but on what we do. It's all about love made real. So, knowing all this, how will you exercise this love today?